The most important thing I wanted to capture about Marlon's character in this was his sense of humor. And that may seem odd because whenever you bring up Marlon Brando, everybody gets ultra serious because he's the greatest actor of all time and he's so serious and everyone gets so serious. But what I found was that he was also an incredibly hilarious and funny guy, loved practical jokes, and had a side of him that I really wanted to celebrate.
Generally speaking, the overall task of playing him was understandably something one would feel a great deal of pressure for, and certainly I did in concept, but the only way to play it was the way he would have, which is to not really care and be loose. And it worked, I think. It made it fun and funny.
I wanted it to be real and really feel like you were there.
So how does it feel being back with everybody?
Oh, they're all older.
Yeah.
And half of them have a foot in the grave. No, I'm kidding. No, it's nice, It's almost 30 years, right?
Yeah.
Almost 30.
Incredible.
But for me, as a Vietnam, is almost 50 years or 60 years. 60 years.
60.
Holy.
It's like home, going home. This is family.
We bonded in a way that it doesn't matter if it's been, 10 years or 3 decades.
It's like you don't see somebody for a year, 3 years, a decade. And as soon as you do, it's like nothing else matters.
Looking back on who you were when filming Platoon, how did that experience really help you in growing your career?
Well, I've been an actor my whole life, and that's the first time. Platoon was the first time it was like a total immersive process, and I just I relished that level of commitment to the work.
Well, I was young. It was my first job. And I was like, is this what the rest of my career is going to be like? Is this what I'm going to do for the rest of my life? Is this what I want to do with the rest of my life? And I was in the band. I was in Living Color before I did this movie. And I was like, I have a choice now. Which one's going to work? Whichever one pays the best is basically the one I took.
I've done a lot of other films, and while you're on set, it's great. And you always want to, see him later, and then you kind of drift off other projects and stuff because, LA or New York, there's a lot of other things to do, other work. But in, there, it was just like, it was so tight with everybody that it's 40 years later. It was lucky I played a 6-year-old kid in the arms of the guy that played the medic. You're not believing that, are you? I was the medic, so.
In filming Platoon, was there any fun memories on set that are kind of getting rekindled now that you're back with everybody?
Well, there's Lumbanog. It's like Filipino moonshine. Just mention that to any cast member. Just say Lumbanog and see what they say.
Got it. Corey, I just talked to Corey, and he said for me to mention something called Lumbanog. Do you have any comments on that?
All I can tell you is, it's been a long time since I've even wanted to taste Lumbanog. My memories of Lumbanog will last me a lifetime. I don't ever have to taste it again.
On completion of this boot camp, the Filipino constabulary, that's their military police, they gifted us this Lumbanog. It will make you blind. And we're like this. At 12 noon, 110 degrees, we're like this. Because we hadn't had anything but water. And let me tell you this. I brought a case of it tonight.